Hi, I'm Jake Grez, also known as Nurse Jake. As a travel nurse, I've worked in all kinds of places, different settings, cities, and climates. Every assignment brings on a new challenge, which is why I always bring my figs. These scrubs are built for whatever the job throws at you. They're breathable, flexible, and comfortable in any environment. No matter where I land, I know they're going to keep me looking and feeling my best. And don't sleep on the details. The pockets, the features, the finishing touches, everything has a purpose, and it makes a real difference when you're moving nonstop. The fit is clean, tailored, and super polished, and they come in a huge range of colors. In other words, they feel great throughout a 12-hour shift, and they always look good. See every healthcare professional on Instagram. If you work in healthcare or know someone who does, check out Figs and get 15% off your first order at wearfigs.com with code FIGSRX. That's wearfigs.com, code FIGSRX.
Hey there, my name is Ed Placencia. Welcome to Grounds for Gaming, and I've saved you a seat. Well, as I look down at my notes as far as what I wanted to talk about this week, the only thing that's on here is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So I'm going to talk about that. Last week's episode came out the day that the new Lego Batman game released, and so I picked it up, played it, and I've just been playing it. I have really, really enjoyed my time. I rolled credits, and I am in the middle of just farming Gotham City for not even really missions, just like little challenges and stuff that are scattered all over the map. Today on the stream, I spent like 4+ hours doing that. And when I looked at the map at the end of the screen, it looked like I hadn't done anything. It's like I went to an Italian restaurant, got a huge bowl of spaghetti, stuffed myself sick, and the bowl is still full. It's kind of one of those things. But yeah, it's a really, really, really well done game. I'm just going to echo what everyone else has said. It's one of, not if the best Lego games to come out in a long time for sure, if not ever. But it's really, really good. I will say I have played every Lego game released on a major console. I think there were some that came out on handhelds that I never played, but the first one I played was the original Lego Star Wars back on the Wii, and I have played every one since and tried to 100% every one since. I didn't do it in Lego Worlds. That was kind of the Minecraft knockoff. I didn't do it on Lego 2K Drive. Rest in peace, because apparently they're shutting those servers down because it was a live service game for reasons, ? But other than that, the story-based Lego games I have not only finished, but 100%ed, and there are still a few that I haven't gotten like all the trophies on, which I guess isn't 100%ing, but you know what I mean. But this game is really, really good. The writing, it's just, there's so much stuff in here. I've gone and watched a few videos of like 60 Easter eggs hidden in Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and a lot of it is really, really cool stuff that I just wouldn't have known. There's a ton of anime references. I don't know deep Batman lore. I've never read a comic. I take it back. I read Batman and Catwoman a couple of years ago, but other than that, I don't know a lot of the deep cuts that are in there. And boy, these guys did their homework. Everything from super obscure comics to super obscure movies The Rock did where they roast him for it, and just really, really well done. The story is a lot of fun. They really do a good job of taking every Batman, however you take in your Batman, there's something in here for you. And the 1989 Batman movie with Michael Keaton is the one I've seen the most, just because, you know, it came out on VHS at the time, and I would watch that over and over and over and over again. And then the Batman Returns, I watched a little bit less, but still over and over again. And each iteration I've kind of watched fewer and fewer times. The recent ones, all of the Christopher Nolan Batman films and forward, I've only seen one time, but they really do a good job of, we're gonna take this and we're gonna recreate this, but in Lego, and we're gonna take this. And so it's just really cool to see both Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger versions of the Joker in there, and the way that they combine the different movies into one cohesive story is really, really well done and impressive. Right now I'm in the end game, and that's what is freshest in my mind. So I'll start off with a couple of things that I guess are cons, for lack of a better word. One thing they don't have in this game that they usually have is the ability to play as any character. In most Lego games, you have what looks like thousands of characters to unlock and choose from, and when you unlock them, you can play as them and use their powers. In this one, you have a very select number of characters that you can play, and one person must always be Batman. You can't run around with a Commissioner Gordon and, let's say, Batgirl at the same time. You have to always have a Batman. So it kind of puts a stranglehold on one of the players if you're playing co-op, unless you pass the controller around, because otherwise they're always going to be Batman. Maybe they want to always be Batman, but some of the other skills the other characters have are a lot of fun. A lot of the post-story missions and challenges are a bit of a struggle, are a bit of a grind. They feel very samey, and I guess that's true of any Lego game. If you're going to 100% a Lego game, you are not going to do it in 10 minutes. It's going to take you a little bit, and it's going to be a lot of the same thing. And doggone if TT Games doesn't love putting time trials in their games and giving you controls that are very hard to control. I don't know why they insist on putting flying time trials in their game. I know Arkham Batman had them as well. I struggled with those too, but man, the Lego minifigs aren't as nimble and agile as a human being, it seems. And so I do struggle with those a little bit. Some of the puzzles can be very obtuse. Some of them are very easy. And so it's kind of surprising to see the vast range of difficulty in the puzzles. I don't know how many times I said to myself, this is a kid's game. What in the world am I supposed to do? I'm also not that smart. But again, those are my gripes, and most of them are really endgame gripes. Yep, the endgame is a grind. The endgame takes a long time. It feels like you're there forever. But that's a Lego game. Those are my gripes. For the most part, though, I have nothing but good things to say about this game. I just love it so much. I had a smile on my face the whole time. They have a really good way of revealing certain things. I won't spoil them here, but it's just kind of cool as you realize something isn't what you thought it was or is bigger than you thought it was. And just as the world and your experience opens up, it's just a take your breath away moment every time. Like I said earlier, there are so many fun details to find either in the descriptions of items or just as you're running through the streets of Gotham. Today I saw a missing cat poster that said something to the effect of Halle Purry and a picture of a cat underneath that I thought was very fun and very clever. Just little things like that that really, really brought a smile to my face. As I mentioned, you can play the game co-op if you like. I've been playing it with my wife, Sarah. We just started over the weekend, so we haven't put in nearly as many hours as I have on my single playthrough. And this game is couch co-op multiplayer only. You can't play I can't play on the PS5 on my desk and Sarah's on the PS5 behind me on the television. You have to play on the same console. And I like that because it's fun to actually just sit down next to Sarah and play this game and accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, punch each other or jump over each other or solve or find new experiences. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been really, really cool to see Sarah experience it. I love watching other people enjoy something for the first time that I think they're going to enjoy. One thing that was a big tell is just how many times when we weren't playing the game, Sarah would bring the game up and just say, that Batman game's really fun. And that's always a good sign. So we've been taking our time going through it, which I'm totally fine with. It's a pretty big game as far as just the story goes. It's a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. I didn't really know what to expect, but I was very, very impressed with the length of it. And again, just the amount of care and detail put into this game. The fighting feels really, really good. You can tell that they had some people who worked on the Arkham games working on this. I was telling everyone, this is the Arkham game we've all been waiting for. This is our return to Arkham Batman that we've all wanted to play but never came to us because Suicide Squad was a thing. And I've also been really delighted at how many other people have been enjoying the game as well. I enjoy all of the Lego games. I genuinely do. But I feel like this is the first time that everyone, not only around me, but just the people on my radar, whether in podcasts or social media or whatever, are also talking about it and raving about it. And so that's been good to see other people enjoying it as well. It's always nice when something you like is something that everyone else likes and you can all be happy together. I'm taking a moment to think. I'm trying to decide where this is going to land so far on my games of the year. It's pretty high up there. I don't know for sure that it's number one yet. I still haven't finished Crimson Desert. Don't worry, it's still installed. But it's definitely in the top few, 100%. So I'll be interested in seeing how that changes or if it changes at all. I'm also glad that I was able to roll credits on it. It didn't feel like I was rushing through it at all. I kind of had 007 in the back of my head, but at the same time wasn't trying to race to beat it because, again, I wanted to really enjoy my time with the game, and I did. And at the same time, it's nice to have credits rolled because as of recording, 007 drops tomorrow or on the day that this episode drops, and I am excited for that. So kind of echoing what I was saying last week about being excited for Lego Batman, it's pretty much the same story, just, cut all mentions of Lego Batman and copy paste 007 First Light. Is that what it's called? Yeah, 007 First Light, because I'm a huge Bond fan. Sarah is a huge Bond fan. And she's probably not going to play this because it's a single-player game, but I'm very, very excited about a return to the Bond world. It'd be the same, if a new Sherlock Holmes game came out or a Doctor Who game. It's one of those franchises I've loved since I was a little guy, and it continues to this day. So I'm very excited. It's been a long time since we got a James Bond film. So it'll be nice to return to that world in a different way. I'm looking forward to playing the origin story and going from there. I've been pretty media blackout with this one. I've seen a couple trailers at Summer Games Fest or whenever those would come out, but I haven't gone and sought out anything just because I want to be surprised. I don't want to know what's going to happen. I don't want to be waiting for a specific scene I saw in a trailer. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited about that. I have gotten in a few games of Overwatch here and there, of course, because that's who I am and that's what I do. That's still fun. I'm still enjoying it. That has not changed. They're still dropping a little bit of lore here and there, teasing lore and heroes and maps coming up. I believe they teased a new hybrid or escort map One of the two. It's a map with a payload in it coming in the next season, so that'll be fun. It's about time. I'm tired of control and flashpoint and push maps. I'm curious to see what happens when I roll credits on Bond, just because I don't have anything on my radar that's coming out anytime super soon that I want to play, but that's probably a good thing. Like I mentioned earlier, Crimson Desert is still on the console, and I still want to and intend to roll credits on that. I just jumped in to Lego Batman, didn't I? It's a great game. Pick it up. I can't recommend it highly enough. But other than that, it's been a nice week. My wife Sarah and I celebrated not our wedding anniversary, but the anniversary of our first date. And so that was this weekend, and we walked the dogs downtown and ordered some food and picked it up from a restaurant and then walked back. And so that was a nice little way to spend the day. Nothing crazy, nothing big, nothing out of the ordinary. Just a nice time to, you don't always have to do something big and something huge to mark a special occasion. Sometimes just remembering it and honoring it is enough. And it was just nice to see that pop up on my Google Calendar. I don't have the date memorized, probably because it's in my Google Calendar, and so I don't need to. But it was nice to see that pop up as a reminder saying, hey, your first date anniversary is this weekend. So that was really, really nice. Right now, well, you know what? I'm not drinking Square One coffee because Sarah made me a cup of coffee and accidentally put my coffee into her cup where she hadn't finished her coffee, and she adds like a protein powder and stuff to it that changes the taste of it a little bit more than I would prefer. And so she kind of realized her mistake, filled the cup all the way up and told me about it. And I was like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. But it's just sitting here. I just prefer black coffee. I didn't start off liking black coffee. When I first started drinking coffee, it was very much add as much sugar as you can, please. And once I started, this sounds like a plug. I guess it sort of is, but we're just not being compensated for it. But when I first started going to Square One Coffee when we lived in Lancaster, PA, and that's where Square One is based, they had coffee, what they call coffee cuppings or coffee tastings. And you could go in and taste different coffees. They explain the flavor notes you should be tasting and kind of let you know the proper way to drink a cup of coffee, a proper way to make a cup of coffee, and just really kind of got a crash course in coffee itself. And it really made me appreciate the flavors that are just in plain black coffee. Good plain black coffee. I gotta note that. If we go to a diner, I'm putting cream in that coffee. Trust. And ever since we started going to Square One, I now drink my coffee black. Unless, of course, we're at a diner or something. So I am currently not drinking Square One coffee, but I am looking at it. And yeah, I will not be finishing this cup of Square One coffee. I mentioned last week looking forward to Lego Batman. This week, I'm looking forward to 007. What games are you looking forward to? Whether they're coming out this month, this week, this quarter, this year, drop me a line, grounds4gaming@gmail.com, or hit me up on the socials and let me know what game or games are you looking forward to this year. I'd love to see what's on your radar and maybe add a few of those to mine as well. Hey, thanks for spending some time with me today. Grounds for Gaming will be right here when you're ready for another conversation, and your seat will always be waiting.